Welcome to Spiritual Rebirth Tarot. I'm Madelyn, and I really love having you here on the channel. Love all of you guys, and I definitely want to provide readings every week. So since I have a really busy schedule with the kids with their schooling, what I've decided to do is every week offer a elemental reading for each element. So there'll be air, water, fire, and earth, and so each one will have the three elements in it. And then what we'll do is the first part of the reading will be a general reading for those three elements with clarifications and a few oracle cards, etc. And then for the extended for this week, there will be a section on the archetypes for each one of the signs. So like if it's the air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra will each get one of the archetype type cards, and we'll do some clarification on those. So that's going to be really exciting. And please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can keep getting all the videos as they come out. And then also look at liking the video if it resonates with you. Now these are general readings, so you might find that one of the other readings is more meaningful to you at the time. I know like today I saw a Libra one that was like spot on, even though I have like no Libra. So sometimes you're just drawn to different videos. And so the way I want to say it is that, this is for those who need to hear what's being said and that you're drawn to this video. So let's get on with the presentation today. Welcome air signs to your reading for October 25th through 31st. So great to have our time together for all the way to the end of the month. So in October 31st, we will have a full moon in Taurus. And so at that time, we will have our live like usual in the evening, the live under the full moon. So that's always a lot of fun. It's a great celebration, time for pulling cards for people. It's a great experience. So this time I would like to do a general reading. If it resonates, please hit the little notification bell and subscribe and do your little thumbs up and all that good stuff. And today at the end of the reading, we'll go on to the extended, and that will pull a archetype card for each of the different zodiac signs and the air signs. So there's one for Gemini, one for Libra, and one for Aquarius. So we'll look at the archetypes that you'll have for this week. So before we get started with the reading today, I would like to ask for guidance. Okay, so I would like to start with one of the cards from the Angels and Oracles. I don't want to call that Angels and Ancestors deck. And all the decks are listed down below that we use. Here on this channel, we're really going to trying to help you with hope and healing in your life. I think we all struggle with that. So we can put Reiki energy into the deck, to all the cards, help guide us. Someone that will be your guide, air signs, during this week. Arrow. Oh, that's cool. So it talks about putting a protection. Surround yourself with a protective energy. So air signs, you'll especially be looking for protection this week from it's kind of like from the dark. So, you know, there's the light and there's the dark. And if we don't have enough light, we'll have darkness. And so the evil and darkness can come in if we're not careful. That's why we always ask for guidance and protection on all of our readings, but also in all of our lives, so we can call upon the angels to come and protect us. Michael is especially protecting with this blue light of protection, and Gabriel likes to come and give us some great messages, so we can call on them. The arrow also makes us think of air signs. Those are kind of like arrows go through the air, and so that's kind of your sign as well. And so that's a great energy to have guiding and protecting you during this week. Okay, the arrow, surround yourself with positive people and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. Call on your angels, guides, and ancestors to bring you protection. So that's what we're talking about, is, you know, your angels and your guides, your ancestors, those that you have connection with will bring you protection this week. Okay, air signs, so let's take a look at these 4 cards. Is going to be things that you are being asked to release, embrace, things that are hidden in your life, factors that are hidden that you're not aware of. And the 4th card is the energies that are approaching you this week. So, all right. Clear the deck and put some Reiki energy into the deck. All right. Okay, so the underneath of the deck is the starfish and the octopus. You know, it's interesting. The starfish has the 5 points and the octopus has the 8 legs. And both of them are in the ocean. And when I look at the starfish, the first thing I think of is the shapes that are made with the tones of sound. So if you have sound go through sand, it'll actually make a shape at a certain frequency, and you change the frequency of the sound and it changes the pattern, and it's kind of like the pattern is here on the starfish. And so I think that this week, air signs, it'd be good to take a look at some sounds that you're listening to and what is going into your ears, because the things that are going into your ears are going to be affecting your body, but also the vibrate. You know, we talk about the vibration of the planet, our own vibration, raising your vibration. And then the words that we say that come out of our mouths create a vibration. And so if we are talking about good things, you know, this is the blue is the throat chakra. So if those things that are coming out of our mouth are good and wholesome, happy and beautiful things, then those beautiful things will make beautiful patterns in our lives. So as we speak the truth, we speak the beauty, we speak of happiness and joy, those things will be created in patterns in our lives. And then the other underneath is the octopus. And the octopus has a kind of a rainbow effect on its head. And it kind of reminds you that an octopus is able to change its color and shape based on its environment. And so it's a very, very smart and intelligent creature. And when it's in a certain environment, let's say it's around some rocks, it can actually change its color and its shape, you know, its pigment and its shape to look just like the rock that it's next to and hide. It helps it in two ways. It helps it to get its food. It also helps it to be protected. And we were talking about the importance of having this protection. Surround yourself with protective energy. So part of that energy is being able to not be noticed when we don't want to be. So there might be times this week when you'll want to pull back and go back into the background. And remember, don't say words unless you want them to come out of your mouth. So sometimes it's better to listen and observe. You know, so, you know, Gemini and Aquarius and Libra, we all of us are like windbags. I'm a Gemini and an Aquarius. And so it's like, excuse me. So, you know, we have a lot of words that come out, but we want to really watch our words and be cautious of our words this week. So that's kind of the message, the overall underlying message for this week. As part of that protection is going to be to protect your words. So the first card is the thing that we need to release, and that is the frog. And then the thing that we need to embrace is the tarantula. And the owl is the energy that we are not aware of, the hidden factors that you are not aware of, and the moth is the energies that are approaching you this week. Okay, so when I just look at this, there's, you know, insects, amphibians, and birds. So we don't really have a pattern there that much. What I do notice with the frog, oh, lovely. So the frog, in another deck, it talks a lot about removing the clutter and simplifying your life. I'm kind of curious to know in this deck if it has any different of a meaning, or if it's kind of the same. Opened right up to, okay, here it is. Clearing, cleansing, and healing. So it's kind of the same thing, clearing and cleansing. And then the healing waters. So the frog spends his time in water. And so it might be that if you need some healing this week, water is part of that healing process. Drinking enough water, spending time in a hot bath and shower, getting the energy of the water, especially for people that are empathic and things like that. The energy of the water is very important. And the frog comes to you and says, you know, I like to sit on my lily pad and I get tired of all the cacophony and all the noise around me. And I want to be able to jump freely from place to place. And so, you know, if we live a simple life, we keep the things that really make us happy. So the thing that would be removed from your life the spirits are asking us is release. You know, we are asked to release from our lives this week all the extra clutter. So, you know, this is my message because, you know, it's it's for those who need to hear this. And so, you know, if you're the one that needs to hear this, if your life has a lot of clutter that needs to be removed, either with too many things, you're doing too many things, you need to slow down, you need to prioritize better, maybe just the house needs to be decluttered, less things in our lives. And so as we go through this week, there'll be things that we're asked to remove, the energies to remove, to make it a more stable environment. And then the tarantula is something that you embrace. So maybe you embrace your fears, embrace, you know, come up with courage. So it's interesting because my 8-year-old, he loves to be brave and to try new things. And he told me, he said, it's not that I'm not afraid. He says, but I like to be brave. He says, and bravery only comes with fear. And of course I've told him that, but he's, you know, repeating it to me, which is great wisdom. So, you know, a lot of people are afraid of spiders. I'm not afraid of them, but I'm certainly not, you know, when I saw it, the first thing I thought it was fear. Also, the tarantula makes a really great food for the tarantula hawk. So the tarantula hawk is this this beautiful flying, it's actually a wasp, and it's about this big, and it flies around here in the southwest, and it finds a tarantula, and it gets it, and it stings it, and it actually buries it in the ground and puts an egg in it, and it stays alive. The tarantula stays alive, kind of, and so that way the whole time the little baby wasp is growing, it has something to eat. It's kind of gross, but the idea is the tarantula and this tarantula hawk really work together in unison. So if you see a tarantula hawk, you know that you have tarantula as well. And you might be more likely to see the creature, the wasp, you know, flying around. And once in a while, one of them will come in the house, and we kind of like help it get back out of the house without, it has one of the worst stings in all of the world. So if you get stung by a tarantula hawk, it'll be hours and hours of pain. So there's a guy, Coyote Peterson, that actually lets himself get stung. And that's one of the things he gets stung by. And he talks about what it's like. It's pretty crazy. So definitely you're being asked to embrace these things, the things of nature, the way nature functions, and beautifully works together. But it's not always how we think things should be or how we think beauty is portrayed. So you are being asked to embrace these kind of things in nature this week. So the things that are hidden is the owl. It's kind of interesting because in one of my favorite decks, the moon card has this moon, and it also has an owl flying. And so the moon energy is this hidden energy of the soul, the unknowing. And certainly we know that some of that has to do with your words this week. The things were there at the underneath of the deck. But let's take a look at the owl energy. And what kind of energies are being brought out with the owl. And I see the moth here, so I'll put my finger in it. It's always fun when the book doesn't put them in alphabetical order or with numbers, so you just have to actually look for it. Okay, about owl is abundance, clairvoyance, and treasures. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore from east to west. The white owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or treasure is on the way, either in spiritual or material form. So it could be that what you don't know is what's coming to you, and that could have to do with this, manifestation of your words. So as you are clear, you bring out good vibrations, good vibes with your words. These things will be coming to you in spiritual or material form. With owl wisdom on your side, you will see and know exactly what to do with this boon. Okay, so it could be the thing that's hidden is the boon that's coming. You won't know what to do with it. But the owl is going to be here to help you know how to deal with boon and what to do. How it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasures is infinite. So the universe is abundant, it's infinite, the treasures are coming to you, and you may not be totally aware of that. So when you're in balance, the owl brings generous, trusting, and secure. So that all has to do with the base chakra, and the security and generosity, trustworthiness, family, connection, those kind of things. And the red, the base chakra. And then the out of balance is money quarrels or scarcity. So a feeling of scarcity or not having enough. And what you can do to help yourself get in balance is to give an offering. So to give something to someone without expecting return. Give without expectation. So as you give without expectation this week, the thing that you may not know is that as you give without expectation with this week, a true boon will be coming into your life. That's a really great hidden message. Okay, and then the last one, the energies that are approaching you. So the moth is impulsive, hasty, and wishful. And you could be enthusiastic and whimsical, or you could be idealizing and jittery. So finish a project. Okay, interesting. So the moth is coming to you, and we often think the grass is greener on the other side. So the moth comes into our life, and if the energy that it often brings is that it seeks out, it seeks out the shiny things, the pretty things, the light, and it maybe doesn't see the other things that it really should be seeing, or it tends to flitter around the light, until it dies, and it's like, oh my goodness, it has so much of that flittery energy. And so instead you want to have the strong energy. So the energy that's coming to you this week is kind of like an impatience. So that's really great, because now there's some impatience is going to be coming to you. You can kind of focus on finding that patience inside of you. Also, with it being green, it makes me think of the heart chakra. And so really bringing in that the strength from the green. I was also thinking, the moth also goes through the transition of going from the caterpillar to the moth. So it goes from the caterpillar, the little worm stage, it goes through the little cocoon and comes out a moth. So it still goes through the same type of process that a butterfly does. But a lot more people are afraid of moths, this fear, this embracing your fears. A lot of more people are afraid of them. I know my kids are. Moths have a lot more, they're kind of at night instead of during the day, which is kind of like this owl energy. So they kind of, they have more, like you say, that, flighty type feeling to them as a spirit animal. And so even though they've gone through the transition, they may not have the same result as somebody else does. And so I think that when we go through our lives, we've all picked, kind of like we have that soul journey that we've picked, the soul path, and our, our direction that we want to go in our lives. But as we have done that, that picking and that direction in our lives, some of us have a different way that we're going to express it. And so the other thing that may be coming to you this week are the energies of understanding that not everybody handles things in the same way, and that's okay, because each of us are an individual, and each of us have our own way of handling things. Okay, so I want to pull a card for each one of these cards as a clarification. So let's clarify the frog first. So the thing that you need to release. The universe. So it's also the world card. And so it's kind of like releasing where you're at now, releasing the pattern of what you have now, and moving into the new. So releasing and also your feelings of lack or inadequacy, that you don't have enough, because the universe comes and says you are abundant, you are full of all this energy. And it also has the water there. So, releasing kind of like the pressures of life, releasing having to do everything, instead take a little time for yourself, some of those kind of things. So the tarantula, the Queen of Swords. So you need to be in this week where it's all about embracing truth. So we're talking about speaking the truth and listening for the truth. And so she's, she has clarity and truth and direction. She's somebody who can be a little harsh about it, but really embracing the truth and the truths that you have. So maybe you have fears, maybe you have concerns, and you need to embrace those and then let them go. Okay, so the owl, so hidden things that are hidden. Ace of Cups. So for some people, a new love relationship is something that you aren't aware of that'll be coming into your life this week. The hidden factors, that there is more love in your life than you realized. Those kind of things, like that you're just, or that you have so much love to give and you're not fully aware of that. And then the moth, which is the energies that are approaching you, is the Queen of Wands. So we have two queens. That's great. And the Queen of Wands is saying to you, she's an energy that's approaching, which is, that really, the underneath is the Ten of Pentacles and the Star. Well, that's cool. So the Queen of Wands is coming to us with a lot of passion and energy. She also tends to juggle more things than she can handle. So she can take advantage of this frog, which says, one of the things you're gonna have to do is prioritize. So some of the energies that are coming to you might be a lot more work than you want. And this frog is telling you, you're going to have to release some of those things. And, as you release those, find your priorities. So they kind of all go in a circle. So when you start getting too many things on your plate this week coming at you, follow the advice of the frog and find out what's really important and prioritize things so that things you can really offer the love that you have to give. So the underneath of the deck, the energies that we may not be thinking about, kind of like our subconscious message, is, you know, 10 of Pentacles and Star. So for you air signs, you know, really this whole experience of learning to use your voice well will really help to bring a lot of, you know, happiness, joy, prosperity, hope, and healing into your life. Okay, thank you so much for the reading today. Thank you for coming, air signs. So we're going to go over to the extended, where we'll take a look at your archetype for the week, and clarify those a little bit, and you know, follow along and with this story of, you know, surrounding yourself with protection and watching your words. So please subscribe to the channel, like, share, and we will see you next week.